She walked onto that court, and nobody knew her name. By the time she walked off, nobody could forget it. At Wimbledon, the most sacred ground in all of tennis, a young woman from the Philippines just rewrote history. And the crowd that showed up to witness it? They didn't just come to watch. They came to belong to something. Court 12 at the All England Club doesn't usually feel like a home stadium. It's a side court, a quiet corner of one of the world's most prestigious tournaments. But on this particular afternoon, something extraordinary happened to that space. Filipino flags stretched from one end of the stands to the other. Handmade signs, jerseys, voices that had traveled from across the UK and from far beyond it, all gathered in one place, for one player, for one moment. If you closed your eyes and just listened to the roar of that crowd, you would have sworn you were somewhere in Manila. That player is Alex Eala, and she didn't just survive Wimbledon's first round. She owned it. Her opponent was Mexico's Renata Zarazua. Not a pushover, not a formality. A real test. But from the very first game, it was clear this wasn't going to be a contest. Eala came out sharp, composed, and absolutely relentless. She held serve with ease, broke in the fourth game to go up 3-1, and then did something that champions do. She never looked back. 5 straight games to close the set. 6-1, the second set told the same story. Break in the second game, a 2-0 lead, and though Zarazua briefly clawed back to make it competitive on the scoreboard, Eala responded the way only elite players respond, immediately and decisively. She broke again in the 6th game to surge to 5-1, served out the match without a hint of nerves, and sealed a commanding 6-1, 6-2 victory in just over an hour. The numbers behind the match? Even more telling, Eala hit 22 winners, exactly double her opponent's 11. She won 16 net points compared to just 3 for Zarazua. And here's the stat that really captures the gulf between them. Eala won 20 return points on Zarazua's first serve, while the Mexican managed only 6 in return. That's not just a gap, and that's dominance. Every single time Zarazua stepped up to serve, Eala was already on the attack. She wasn't returning balls. She was hunting them. When the final tally came in, Eala had won 64 total points to Zarazua's 41, a 23-point margin in a match that lasted barely an hour. That is complete and total control. But to truly understand why this win matters, you have to go back a little over a year. In August 2024, these two players met at an ITF tournament in Cary, North Carolina. Zarazua won that match in 3 hard, close sets. It was the kind of loss that sticks with a player. The kind where you replay every point, every decision, every missed opportunity. For Eala, that defeat wasn't a setback. It was a lesson, and Wimbledon was the exam. What had once been a nerve-wracking, unpredictable contest became something else entirely this time around. A statement. Eala's shot selection was sharper. Her movement was cleaner. Her decision-making under pressure had matured. She didn't avenge that loss, she erased it. And she did it on one of the biggest stages in sport, in front of thousands of screaming supporters who met every winner she hit with the kind of noise that shakes the walls. Because beyond the tennis, beyond the statistics, beyond the scoreline, this win carries a weight that goes deeper than any match result. Alex Eala is now the first Filipino in the Open era to win a Wimbledon main draw singles match. Let that settle for a moment. The Open era began in 1968. For over 50 years, no Filipino woman had ever won a singles match at Wimbledon. Until now. And this isn't even the first time Eala has done something no Filipino has ever done. Less than a year ago, at the US Open, she became the first Filipino player, man or woman, to win a Grand Slam main draw singles match, defeating Clara Towson in 3 sets. Now, within 12 months, she has done it again at another Grand Slam. 2 historic firsts. 2 different slams. 1 extraordinary player. The contrast with her Wimbledon debut makes this moment even more powerful. Last year, she arrived here and lost in the first round to Barbara Krejcikova. She left with experience, but without the result. 12 months later, she came back. More physically prepared, mentally stronger, and carrying a level of confidence that was visible in every shot she played. She didn't just get through the first round this time. She made the first round look easy. And that confidence wasn't built overnight. It was earned. Eala arrived at Wimbledon on the back of the most impressive stretch of tennis in her career. At the Birmingham Open, she won her second WTA 125 singles title, grinding through a tough draw before defeating Nicola Bartunkova in a 3-set final. That kind of victory, the ones you have to fight for, build something inside a player that trophies alone can't give you. Then came Berlin. Competing against one of the deepest fields on the pre-Wimbledon grass court circuit, Eala did something that turned heads across the tennis world. She defeated 2 top 10 players back-to-back. First Elena Rybakina, then Elena Svitolina. Yes, her run ended in the semifinals, but the message those results sent was unmistakable. This is not a player who is happy to just compete. She expects to win. She also shared the court with Venus Williams. Yes, that Venus Williams in doubles at the Bad Homburg Open, where the two partnered together and reached the quarterfinals. Playing alongside a 5-time Wimbledon champion, absorbing that experience, that aura, that competitive standard, it prepares you for moments like this. When Wimbledon's draw was released and Eala's seeding was confirmed at 29th, she became the first Filipino player ever to be seeded at a Grand Slam singles tournament, another historic first. But more than the history, what that seeding represents is months of consistent, elite-level tennis that the ranking system simply could not ignore. Every tournament, every match, every hard moment throughout this season had been quietly building toward this. Birmingham gave her belief. Berlin gave her proof. Wimbledon is giving her history. And now, with the second round ahead, the question shifts from what Eala has already done to what she's about to do next. Waiting across the net is Australia's Maya Joint, a player who may not be a household name yet, but who just announced herself to the world in the most dramatic way possible. In the first round, Joint defeated Serena Williams. Yes, that's Serena Williams. During what was one of the most anticipated singles comebacks in recent memory, Joint walked out onto that court, showed zero fear, and sent the former world #1 home. This is not a player Eala can look past for even a second. 2 young, rising stars. 2 players carrying extraordinary momentum, both with everything to prove and nothing to lose. On the grass courts of Wimbledon, with history already made and more still within reach, Alex Eala's journey has only just begun. And if Court 12 was loud, just wait until she steps out again. Just wait until she steps out again.